In the aftermath of Aaron Rodgers' latest appearance on the Pat McAfee show on ESPN, Jimmy Kimmel, also a Disney employee on ABC, just like ESPN is owned by Disney, had a complete and total meltdown. The former comedian, and we have to say former at this point, the dude hasn't been funny in a decade, the former comedian Jimmy Kimmel apparently could not take a joke as he went off in this Twitter post threatening to sue Aaron Rodgers for what he said, the joke he made about some people not wanting the Epstein client list to come out, despite the fact that Jimmy Kimmel is the one that started this shit all the way back last year when he insinuated that Aaron Rodgers was insane for even thinking there was a thing like the Epstein client list. Remember this shit? Jimmy Kimmel started this.
To say all this UFO talk has the tinfoil hatters going wild, including Green Bay whackpacker Aaron Rodgers, who offered this hot take on the Pat McAfee show.
I believe that this has been going on for a long time. Interesting timing on everything. There's a lot of other things going on in the world. Did you hear about the Epstein client list about to be released too?
What's that? What are you talking about?
There's some files that have some names on it that might be getting released pretty soon.
Oh.
Might be time to revisit that concussion protocol, Aaron.
So keep in mind, Jimmy Kimmel, a year and a half ago, right? Jimmy Kimmel insinuated that Aaron Rodgers is fucking dumb or stupid for thinking there's a list, period. That is why Aaron Rodgers made these comments about Jimmy Kimmel. That's why this fucking happened.
56.
Does that have something to do with the Epstein list that came out?
Feels like.
That's supposed to be coming out soon.
Look, this guy's been waiting in his wine cellar. Yeah. I've been waiting in my wine cellar for this thing.
A lot of people, including Jimmy Kimmel, are really hoping that doesn't.
All right.
Now, some people, if you don't know the history, if you don't know the fact that Jimmy Kimmel's the one that started this, you might think, well, he's just saying Jimmy Kimmel must be on the list. That's not what he said. It's the fact that Jimmy Kimmel, was making fun of him for even thinking it was a thing. And then Jimmy Kimmel comes out, for the record, I'd never met with, flown with, visited, had any contact, nor will you find me on a list. Your reckless words put my family in danger. Keep it up. We'll debate the facts further in court at Aaron Rodgers. Jimmy Kimmel is a fucking pussy-ass bitch. But the real question was, how would Pat McAfee respond? Because when Pat McAfee decided to take this ESPN contract, people thought, how's it going to change the show? Well, Pat McAfee has apologized for his and his show's role in this entire thing. Now, it's not some, get on my knees and beg for forgiveness thing, but he did have a discussion to begin the show yesterday, 2 days ago, whenever this was. I'm a little late to this story, but I had to talk about it because ESPN owned by Disney. Jimmy Kimmel's ABC owned by Disney. You knew they couldn't like what happened, and it looks like Pat McAfee's been forced to put out some sort of apology. It's kind of a long-winded stuff to track. It's like a lot of Pat McAfee stuff. I watch the show a lot. They're gonna go in this way, that way, off on this tangent. Let's listen to a little bit of this.
And on the flip side, there could be some things that were certainly probably, we're going to have to hear from Aaron on that, meant to be shit talk joke that can then become something that is obviously a very serious allegation that then leads to a massive overnight story, one in which, put baby down, sleep, haven't seen her in a while, and then I pick up my phone. Oh, boy. But I can see exactly why Jimmy Kimmel felt the way he felt, especially with his position. But I think Aaron was just trying to talk shit. Now, did it go too far? And a lot of people, Jimmy Kimmel certainly said that was the case.
I think what happened are media members, people in the media started gaslighting everybody and say Aaron Rodgers said that he was on Epstein's list. When again, if you know the history, if you know what I just showed you, that this all started when Aaron Rodgers made a comment about the list and Jimmy Kimmel insinuated he was stupid or needed to be in concussion protocol for even believing there was a list. And now Jimmy Kimmel's being forced to deny that he was ever on any list. It's funny how that works, how the goalposts have shifted a little bit from that unfunny bitch.
We and I immediately upon it happening, trying to be like, but that is Aaron and Jimmy. They've been
jousting a bit.
I don't know, So, we obviously don't like the fact that we're associated with anything negative ever. We like our show to be an uplifting one, a happy one, a fun one, but it's because we talk shit and try to make light of everything. Some things, obviously, people get very pissed off about, especially when they're that serious allegations. So we apologize for being a part of it. Can't wait to hear what Aaron has to say about it. Hopefully those two will just be able to settle this, not court-wise, but be able to chit-chat, move along. Because remember, you're allowed to disagree with people's opinions. You're allowed to say, I don't...
And that's pretty much all I really wanted to see out of it. I saw some people saying, wow, it got so serious that ESPN made Pat McAfee put on sleeves, which you don't often see him in anything long sleeve. That's certainly the case. But interesting that after a Disney employee gets upset about something that happens on another Disney show, we see an apology from that other Disney show. Clearly, they don't want to be a part of this lawsuit at all. Take that for what you will. I don't think there's anything to apologize for. It was a joke, and there's nothing wrong with it because Jimmy Kimmel's the one that started it. But unfortunately, so many small-brained retards are being gaslit by people in the mainstream woke sports media into believing that Aaron Rodgers made a declarative statement about Jimmy Kimmel going to Epstein's Island or whatever it may be. Who knows? When the list didn't even really come out, right? The list that came out is just like one person. There's so much more stuff about this. I think a lot of people thought this drop was going to be bigger than it actually was, but whatever. The reality is it was all about the shot that Jimmy Kimmel took at Aaron Rodgers almost 2 years ago. David Bakhtiari certainly had things to say about what he felt Jimmy Kimmel was or where he felt Jimmy Kimmel went, but Aaron Rodgers didn't say those things. What do you guys think about this? What do you think about Pat McAfee being forced to apologize by ESPN? Let me know in the comments section below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.